Denmark, it rains a lot and at all times of the year, especially in the fall. We believe that is not the case everywhere, which is why we will show you how to use a rain gauge. The first step is to make sure you have all the components. You then take the holding stick and shove the asymmetrical end into the dirt or other stable surface to around the middle part with the wing. Finally, you add the gauge itself onto the holding stick. Make sure that all the parts are fastened and standing stable. Now we have to wait for the rain. Remember that the precipitation will depend on the altitude of the gauge.
Now we day by day observe the change in amount of water in the tank. It might be a little hard to see, but here you see two water gauges placed in two gardens here in Denmark. As you can see, the gauge is no longer empty and now contains the average amount of precipitation or rainfall over the last 24 hours. As you can see, there is a change in the amount. This shows us it has rained since yesterday. This is again the result of a rainfall causing the amount of water to increase, and this time by a lot. We only decide to show the first 3 days, which does not paint a very good picture, but it's a start. Now with these data you'll be able to measure your own findings and compare to ours. We're now going to move on to a little bit of theory. Here you see a graph showing our data in comparison. This is to show you the difference between the two places and 3 days.
As said, it rains a lot in Denmark, but instead of raining a lot in short spikes, in Denmark it rains a little bit almost the time. In other words, we don't have monsoon rain.
The reason for this is that in the summer, the sun and heat evaporates large amount of water from the oceans around Denmark. When autumn hits, the temperature suddenly drops, which forces the water in the air to become liquid again. The water is sucked into the ground. It then travels down into the subsoil water, which is kept in place by a layer of clay and chalk mixed together. The water passes through several layers of dirt, gravel, chalk, and sometimes even small amounts of clay, which causes the subsoil water to be very clean. This is the reason why we here in Denmark can just pump clean water out of the ground and get it directly through our faucet.
Precipitation in Denmark has over the last 20 years gradually increased year by year, with the highest amount of rainfall in the 2000s.